Hello, in this video I'll give you a simple trick that you can use which allows you to use arpeggios without even knowing what arpeggios you're using. What it basically does is that the trick kind of expands the distance you have in between the notes you play, which is what arpeggios really do, right? So, and it's going to break up the normal boring scale playing that we usually fall into when we don't do stuff like this. So it really is such an infusion of energy and inspiration into your soloing if you'll just give it 5 minutes. So what is it? It's so simple. Let's say you, depending on what your level is and how many scales and scale shapes you know, let's just start working with the pentatonic scale. And what I do is I have a jam track here from Elevated Jam Tracks. It's called Holding On Soulful Groove Guitar Backing Jam Track in C minor, right? So let's say you have the first position, minor pentatonic here, right, in the, which would be the 8th fret, all the notes across here. And then on the top 2 strings, you got the notes in the 8th and the 11th fret, right? On the G string, in the 8th and the 10th, and on the D string, 8 and 10. On the A string, 8 and 10, and on the low E string you have the 8th and 11th, right? Okay, so let's just say we're all on the same page with that one. Then what I do is that I have whole sequences of notes where I only have one note per string. So before I start the jam track, it could sound like this. You're just playing the whole pentatonic scale, but only one note per string. So you skip a lot of notes, right? You can just start playing whatever is comfortable, which is basically very often the first finger, the fourth finger, the first finger, the third finger, back and forth like that. Right? So that's a nice idea to start with. Just, you know, start on the top string. And then we have the 8th fret. And then on the B string, I have the 11th fret. And then on the G string, I have the 8th. On the D string, I had the 10th. So just every other, you know, just one note per string. And then the 8th fret on the A. And then the 11th fret on the low E, right? And then I can go back to my root note here and do the same system, you know, the other way around, the ascending version. So I would pick that. Then it's easy for me to go to the note in the 10th fret on the A string, the 8th fret on the D string, the 10th fret on the G string, and then 8 on the B, and 11 on the high E. Right? And once the music starts, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this pattern that I just laid out here. And I'm going to pick the notes that sound good. But, you know, I'm just going to first try and just play this pattern. So I'm just going to start the jam track, and then we'll go on from there. And this is the whole practice session that you do. You first learn to play this at a, you know, reasonable level of tempo. But that's enough. And you can do sweep picking the whole way, or you can use alternate picking. So let's start the jam track, and let's see if we can adjust this pattern here. So I'm just going to go. Sounds nice. Also nice. Maybe I would pick the other note on that string. Instead of picking the 8th fret on the G string, I would pick the 10th fret. That's very nice. So 8 on the high E, 11 on the B, and then 10th on the G. Right? That's a nice little tool. Okay, let's move on. I'll just pick the, since I have the 10th fret on the G string, I'll just pick the 8th fret on the D. Also nice, right? So 8D, 10th A, and 11 on the low E string, okay? Okay, so I got that. Right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix this arpeggio with my other playing, right? So I'm going to add some notes to it. I'm going to slide up to some of the notes. I'm going to do all kinds of things. So use my ear. Right? See what it does to my playing? It's incredible because now I have something that I'm playing up to notes within the scale. So I'm using them as target notes. Right, so I can go. Right? I wouldn't have played that if it wasn't for my little shape here. Let's try another shape. Let's go to the second position, right? Or let's do the fifth. That's so symmetrical. All right. So I got the 8th fret, and I got the 6th fret on the 2 top strings. Then I got the 5th and the 8th fret on the 2 middle strings, and then the 6th and the 8th fret on the 2 lower strings. I'm just gonna pick single notes. Right? I can start just using single notes on each string without really having any fixed pattern. Just simply having that rule in my head that I'm, going. Right? Just choosing 2. Right? Or the other way around. Right? So the next level I could do is I could go into diatonic scales instead. I could, take the melodic minor. Oh no, that's too weird. Let me just take the natural minor, right? The C natural minor. Right? Which would, of course, add some notes to my pentatonic scale. But if you know that one, then you can start doing the same thing. You get some more note choices. Still only 1 note per string, but I'm just changing the notes. It works like crazy. So please stop. So right now, go go find the jam track here. Got a link just below this video. And start messing with your scale shapes. What this does, it just changes the way you use the tools that you know already, whether it be pentatonic, minor, major, whatever it is. So I hope this was valuable to you. If it was, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and the bell icon and whatever, right? And go visit our website and download our free course here. Got a link just below, alternate picking course, amazing course. See you in the next video.